still kind of early-ish. It's actually, I say early-ish, it's like 10:30-ish, I think. But still on the John Deere loaner cutter, all that good stuff. But I saw some stuff down here I wanted to show y'all. I've touched on it before, and it's really hard to explain it without having something to show you with it. I can tell you, but if you don't understand, if you can't see what I'm talking about, you know, some people don't really comprehend what is happening. So we're doing a second fin here. This is the Vizard Road. We're almost done with this one side of my access, and then we're gonna be moving around and everything else. But anyway, that's besides the point. One of the things a lot of people, why are you thinning? Why don't you clear cut that? Why, you know, what are you looking for? All them kind of questions like that. How do you know what trees to take? Something I'm fixing to show y'all that is very, very crucial to the timber industry, and why you should thin your timber. If you don't thin it yourself and thin it in a timely manner, you're throwing product away. It's gonna die, it's gonna rot, it's gonna be no good. You literally just took money outside and put it in a pile, poured some gas on it, and lit it on fire. That's literally what you've just done. So, y'all look right here. Y'all see this? This is a good 8-inch DBH tree. Look at that, dead. There's another 8-inch DBH tree, dead. Look over here. Look at that one over there. Let's see if I'm pointing at it right on the camera. Not this forked one, just to the left of it. That big tree right there. That is a plywood log standing there. Look at all them other trees over there. They're dead. There's several more dying. Why? Because the timber had got so tight on itself. Y'all can see back up through there how dark it is. Just right here over my cutter, there's a piece of pine that's dead right there. But right over the top of my cutter, you'll see how thick it is on itself. It gets so tight that the timber will start thinning itself. It will start killing trees. The bigger trees will start choking the weaker trees. Even a big tree like that, it will choke. It may have some kind of deformity to it in its genetics, and it will choke it out and kill it because it couldn't grow no more. If you don't harvest this stuff, it's just like a crop of corn or soybeans or rice or anything like that. Just like Bobby Goodson is, I'm sure y'all seen the video floating around with Bobby Goodson. Loggers are farmers too. We're just harvesting a different crop, and our crops take years to mature to harvest. This way, what I'm doing right here would be a second harvest off of this crop of timber. Those big trees like that, most especially, I mean, these right here is pretty common, but to have that one big one over there kill off because the stand got so tight on itself, I mean, I don't know the actual price for the board feet and everything like that a saw log is going for, but that's big money that just stood right there and died. And it is rotten enough that whenever I go over here and cut it in a minute, you're not even gonna get pulpwood out of it now. It's not even gonna make you a good piece of pulpwood. These two trees right here, whenever I hit them with the shear head in a minute, they're gonna fall down. It's rotten trash. If you don't thin your timber, you're going to lose your timber. And then, not only do you have, for you people out on the West Coast that are so hard against logging, now not only have you lost money in a product that you could have added revenue to your state if it's a state-owned forest or a private-owned, you know, land base or whatever. Now not only have you left this here and you've lost money on that, you've now added fuel to the ground for if you get wildfires started, that's extra stuff that's gonna be there to burn. That's gonna make the fire hotter, bigger, and destroy more. You have to thin your timber, especially if it's planted in plantation style like this. I mean, that's just a given. But even if it's natural regrowth, you need to go in and manage it. If you don't, just for the sole purpose that you're saving potential forest fires, you're slowing the spread of a forest fire potentially, or completely preventing it altogether. That's why you need to thin your timber. It's why you need to manage timber. So on the other side of that, on the flip side of it, I was mentioning, you know, what we take out. In this type of a thin, you're looking for the trees that have died right here. You're looking for those. You see, those two trees are smaller than everything that's standing around it. That's why they died, because they were already weaker to begin with. They were suppressed. So that's the trees you're looking for to get. You're trying to get those. And then if you still need to take a little bit more once you get those trees removed, then you start looking for forks, like this tree right here. If I still needed to take another tree out, which I'm not, I know I'm well over my basal area, or what, right at my basal area. But you see this tree here has got a big fork in it. But that's 2 pieces of pulpwood, and for sure a 26 foot, I mean an 18 foot, you may even get a 26 foot log out of that, out of this butt piece right here one day. It just depends on how far down that fork is going to run in there, but there's for sure 18 feet of clear tree standing there to make a log. Kind of like right here. You look at my selection here, you see the stump, smaller stump, and yes, this is a forked tree right here, but this is not 18 foot clear tree. But they can use this piece here as a piece of pulpwood, that little piece there make a piece of pulpwood, and then from here up to the top they'll make an 18 foot log. Man, that's probably already got a 26 foot log in it already in that fork there. So those are the things you have to look at whenever you're thinning, and you gotta, when you're a cutter man, you gotta know this stuff like that, because you can't just sit there and go, oh, what's this guy? What? I mean, you got to look at it a little bit, but you can't just sit there and just dwell on it. You have to, you know, you have to make decisions quickly. But, you know, big tree, a little bit smaller stump. That's, I mean, that's not a bad tree there. That's about a 10-inch butt. But you have to look at stuff like that. And then like over here, you can see, let's see here, here's a really good example. All right, see, I see this forked tree right here. There's actually a small piece of pulpwood in behind it that's making it look like a triple fork, but it's just a double forked tree right here. And then right beside it is a little bit smaller budded tree, but it's almost perfectly straight. Even though it has a little crook in it right there, that tree still make a log one day whenever it comes time to be final harvested. So you're gonna cut this tree here, even though you may get, for sure, you would get one log out of this fork, but the forks are what you call weak looking. They look like they could peel apart easy, and if one peels off, then you're risking the tree dying. So you're better off to go ahead and take that forked tree and leave this one, because now you'll get a, you know, one day you'll potentially get, instead of one 18-foot log, you could get an 18-foot and a 26, or either a 26 and you know, two 26s, or a 35 and an 18. It just depends on what's going on at the time, how that tree finishes maturing. But yeah, there's a lot of variables that go into thinning timber, and a lot of people don't understand that. And and I wanted to kind of touch on it and show y'all that. I wanted to really show y'all this dying stuff, because it's been a long time since I've been in a stand. This stuff here is 20 years old, and it probably hasn't been second thin, or it hasn't been first thin since it was probably 13, 14 years old when this was first thin. It's been so long since it's been first thin that it's killing itself off, and the timber company is losing just gobs and gobs of money. I can't tell you, I probably, since we've been working here, just seeing the stuff blow down and everything like that, I'm probably losing a quarter of a load to the acre on this track, on this side of the track versus the other side that was thinned at a different time, and the ground and everything's wetter over here. There's lots of factors that go into it, but anyway, this stuff is dying off, and I'm losing money because there's not as much volume now. The timber company's losing money. It goes back to that almighty thing of cost. But I just wanted to really show y'all that, because a lot of people don't understand why you thin. Why are you cutting that small stuff? Why are you this? We cut the small stuff to make, you know, paper products and cardboard products. My main mill produces the OSB press board. If you have the flooring in your home that looks like a bunch of wood chips pressed together, that probably come from some sort of a application like this. Not only do big trees have use, the small trees have tons of use as well, and you, like I said, you have to manage your forest, your timber, or else you lose money, and then you create a hazard for potential wildfires. Even though I'm gonna knock that down, that is still potential wildfire material until it completely rots away in 3 to 4 more years. So I just felt like I wanted to show y'all that, and I kind of rambled on a little longer than I wanted to, but yeah, that's why you manage your timber, and that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm doing a second thin, what trees I'm looking to take out of it. Alrighty, so we're wrapping our day up now. Didn't get y'all a whole bunch, just our little segment talking about the dead trees down there. Didn't get to really watch anything work today, so we'll let y'all watch Mickey while we wrap up. We're working on, well, we done got one load for in the morning already done. We have 2 trucks down. John Deere track cutter broke down for a little bit earlier. Had a plug-in come loose on the boom out there for all the bunching arms, but Matt took care of that for me. All I did was sit in the cab, work some buttons, and make sure it went back to work. It had a real simple fix, but Michael's over here getting his diesel. John Deere track cutter's there. This track cutter's still there. And Matt's on the rubber tire running around somewhere right over in yonder. We have for sure today or tomorrow in this set. It might be all of Friday here. I'm not real sure before we have to swap set locations. But we're going to be going down an old road in the back there. And some really good wood back in here that we got to get to. So, yeah. But we got our 12 loads in today. So we got 1 jacked up for tomorrow. We was going to jack up 2 of them for tomorrow. Or we was going to jack up all 3 of them, really. But Puppy's truck developed some kind of weird vibration to it. So he's at the mechanic shop getting it checked out. And Dwayne's truck started slinging caps off of trailer tires, or truck tires. No, trailer tires. Yeah, trailer tires is what he said. So he had to run to his house and take care of that. He should be going for sure in the morning. puppy will be back going in the morning. Mickey gonna try and whop us with a piece of hardwood there. It's probably his way of telling me, quit cutting that. But this stuff is just so nice to work. So nice to work. Four men and we're there's a fork right there and it broke. Is that a fork or is that a that was a cat face there. See where that one broke? Got the cat face on it. So long as he gets the limbs jerked off of it and he don't try and heal it up, it'll go to the meal just like that. It's got those other trees in there supporting it. Yep, it's gonna go to the meal just like that. And it's going in the wood pile. And he don't heel load, he drag load, so unless one of the truck drivers break it, loading in the dark. Anyway, we're knocking out, 12 loads a day with 4 men, and we're leaving, going home at 2 o'clock, not getting diesel, shutting down at 3 and whatnot. We're going home at 2 o'clock. It's gonna spoil us. Last year when we was working on this side of the road over there, we were running 70 to 75 loads a week. We were not on quota back then. We were running 4 trucks, 70, 75 loads a week, and we were leaving most days by somewhere in the neighborhood of 3:30. So anyway, we're gonna wrap up this video. Mickey just kind of cruising around. He broke another one. That's aggravating when that does that. That's the only bad thing about Slash is it's way more brittle. So anyway, we're gonna wrap up today's video. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me another day. All y'all that come back every day, we're getting to where we have a pretty solid, on a slow video now, we're getting a pretty solid 2,000 views every 24 hours. It's great. I thank y'all so much. Good videos we're pumping out, 3,500 on an average video, really is about 3,500. A good video in 24 hours, we're doing about 5,000 views in every 24 hours. Just hell yeah. And if I got it figured right, we should have crossed the 10,000 mark here in just probably about 3 more weeks. I'm excited for that. But anyway, if you're not already subscribed and you like what you've seen here today, please subscribe below in the lower right hand corner underneath the video. Click that little button that says subscribe for me. Click the bell. Make sure you get the notifications turned on, so whenever I post something, you get notified. I usually post a video Monday through Friday every afternoon at 6 p.m. Some days I post a video on Sundays. If I have enough content, I'll post a video 7 days a week. I gotta have content to do that. But I guarantee y'all Monday through Friday. Unless something breaks or goes oddly wrong. If y'all have any questions or comments, please go down below and leave me a comment. I love reading your comments. The comments are getting pretty fast, so I don't answer all of them like I used to. Here, Michael picking up, getting ready to move, go park. I do try to answer questions to the best of my ability. Michael's gonna go clean this road out over there. I do read every comment, even though I may not react to it or respond to it. I do see every comment that gets put on here. I do read everybody's stuff, and I thank y'all for taking your time to put a comment on my video. And that's about all I got for today, fellas and ladies that may be watching. So hit that like button, subscribe for me, leave me a comment, and until the next video, I'll catch y'all next time. We're out of here.